Wake up. Smell the essence of change in the air. Wake up. Today is the day. Wake up. This moment is your moment. Use your senses. Feel it in your gut. Look around you. In every corner, there is an opportunity, infinite possibilities. The time is now. It has come to try something different, to expand into the person you have always wanted to be. Make a decision that will increase your level of bliss. Learn to see life through a lens of appreciation. Same life, new perspective. New attitude equals full abundance. The key is gratitude. The attitude is lovitude. Empower your life. Ignite your spark. Be authentically you. How, you ask? Simple. Practice. Trygratitude.com. Good morning and welcome to Spirituality Gone Wild. I am Debbie G and also Love Coach Academy. Oh my God, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Actually, I am a poet. I am a peace on earth leader. Wow, I'm on a roll. Good morning to everybody. Oh my God, look at the chat. Look at you guys. Francisco. Oh, yes, Francisco. Friday morning, you guys have got to join me because Francisco and I are going to be waking up the world at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Woo, look at this. Good morning, Bruce, Gina, Suzanne. Good morning, Karen Palmer, who I love so very much. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all of you all over this gorgeous world. Hello. Such a glorious day to be alive, isn't it? Isn't it? What's rocking in your world today? What's alive for you today? Like, that's just like sinking in your heart and going, wanting to expand out and explode. Is anything going on today? Because I mean, it's really what an exciting time right now is. All of the beautiful, limitless possibilities that are just right there, waiting for you to grab a hold of them and rock on with that. Good morning. Mm. So yeah, what's alive for everybody today? What's happening in the world? Um, doot, doot, doot. Good morning, Heather. Hi, so beautiful. Hello, hello. So I want to talk about it's a glorious day to be alive. Karen Palmer. Absolutely. It so is. We're going to be talking about gratitude today and busting some more myths about gratitude. I did a little bit of that last night with that really awesome sauce live with Scott Thomas and Jonathan Roberts. If you guys missed that, oh my, it was fabulous. Riding the awesome energies. Okay, yeah, right. You guys, tell me, are there not like the seriously really coolest energies going on right now? It's glorious, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Grateful for all I have, food, shelter, and friends. You're just making my heart pitter patter, I'll tell you what. Yes, yes. Oh, let's give some big yeses today. Um, I want to just talk about how can we be well, apparently I'm saying I want to talk about a lot. If we're going to show up and be that yes person, what does that look like in your world today? What could you say yes to today that maybe you wouldn't have said yes to yesterday because you thought that you weren't good enough or you weren't that you thought you needed to be. I want you to say yes to the very thing that you're doubting yourself for today. What kind of stuff is going on in your own mind, like that you're doubting yourself about? I just want you to think about that because we're going to say yes to that today. And we're going to take some steps to make that happen. We're going to make it happen. Oh, yeah. Um, Good morning, Tori, and good morning, Cindy. Oh my God, I love seeing you. Fabulous time to be alive. Absolutely. It is a fabulous time to be alive when we start appreciating all of it, including the lots of contrast, Francisco, right? Yeah, but the contrast is the beauty. That's where the golden nuggets are. Because whenever I see contrast, it's like, hmm,
This is telling me that I need to observe this and check this out a little bit. What's going on here? Contrast. What a beautiful moment. Because for me, that beautiful moment in my life says, oh, you need to do a check about this and see what's up. You know, it's for our personal growth. It is our friend. Our contrast is our friend. It's like it's working for you, not against you. It is working for you. I'm telling you what. So today, gratitude is the key for everything you are looking for to unlock the secrets to all of the laws of the universe. So, how do we step into our sacred yes? And I lost my screen there for a second. How do you step into your sacred yes? Say yes to the very thing that you think that you're not ready to do because you've got all these things like lined up that you're saying, "Oh, I got to do all that before I can say the yes." Now, let me give you an example of that. Sorry, I've got hair in my eyes. I'm really excited to be on here today. I'm just loving this. I love you guys so much. So Karen Palmer, I'm really glad you're on here because she can attest to this. So check this out. Just 4 years ago, a really great friend of ours named Bob Miller passed away. Bob Miller was the practice gratitude success guy. And what I love is that Facebook memories are giving me all these glorious memories to look at and all of that. And it does have something to do with what the sacred yes about what I'm talking about right now. So before Bob passed away, he had a show before it was a thing, Practice Gratitude Success. He and I are chatting one day and we're talking about all kinds of things, all kinds of things like, angels and aliens and blah, 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 because I'm just like, God, you like listen, like there's so much out there. Stuff I never even heard of before. This is, that a moment where you're waking up and you're like, oh, look at that. Oh, that's interesting. And you're going down a rabbit hole after one, after another. And I'm like, it's like spirituality gone wild. He goes, hey, what'd you say? I said spirituality gone wild. And he's like, that's it. That's you. And I'm like, well, that's not me, but that's okay. So let's take a look at that. So we did. And all of a sudden, I started getting these visions of this platform. Okay. Now, that was before he passed away almost 4 years ago. Remember, we're talking about that moment you say the sacred yes, but you don't do it. Do you know that it took me till August of 2017 to actually start the page, to actually do it? Why? Because I had a list a mile long in my human brain, like this was about me in the first place, of all the things that needed to be in check before I could show up and say yes. All these things, oh, got to do this. Now, so there's some things, we do have to do. Well, we don't have to do anything actually, but there are some processes that are probably good. But in this particular case, this was literally, I'm being told by spirit that I'm like, you start the page, you just start the page. And I'm like, but that makes no sense in my logical brain. I need this and I need this and I need this and I need that. So finally, I went, okay, fine. I'll just start the page because, dragging my feet, well, I'm dragging also like a ton of stuff behind me. There was just, it wasn't going to happen, basically. So I had to just make a decision to say the sacred yes and to just do that, to just make a step, one tiny step for mankind. Ta ta! And I did it. And the beauty in that is that here I am today because I said that one little baby yes to a whole lot of big yeses. And in fact, I'm like the yes girl, kind of like the yes guy movie, Jim Carrey, the yes man. Um, but I made that decision. I made that choice. And there's the key. It was a choice. It was that pinnacle moment in your life where you get to make the choice. You've got a yes coming at you, and you've got this thing, and you know you're supposed to do it. And right now, during this COVID, during this opportunity, this is the time to say the yes. This is the time to go and do that one little thing, make that one little step. Just just do it. Just do it. Seriously. Don't wait for the win. Don't wait for the win. And I'm going to tell you why not to wait for the win, because the win is like the wind. You can't catch it. It's going to go right past you because you're waiting. It's just, it's like air. Wind just doesn't come. Wind is like, forget it. If you keep waiting for the wind, you're gonna like literally grow really old and wrinkled and just not do it. You're gonna be sitting on your butt watching other people do it, going, I had that idea, but that was my idea. Damn it, it was my. Well, yeah, of course it was your idea. But how can they know that was my idea? Because now they're doing it because we're in a universal consciousness, and we are all given great ideas. Now, who would like to do it? There's 8 billion people in the world, so there's lots of ideas rolling around. Chances are nothing's actually original. So let's just say that if you are given a message to do something, it's for you. Do it. Say yes, and get in there. Just do that. Like one little thing. Who out there has something that they need to be doing? I want to know. There's something like you know that you should be doing and you haven't done it. What little step could you take today to do that one little thing? About writing the book, someone out there, so you're supposed to write the book, right? You know you're supposed to start writing the book, but you haven't started writing the book. You have lots of reasons why you haven't started writing the book. Mhm. Mhm. I'm waiting. Anybody? So, what's a simple answer to the book that you are supposed to have started to write? I don't know who this is for. Get a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to do it old style, not in your computer. I'll tell you why. Okay. And what you do is you go down to that 99-cent store, to the Wally World or Walmart or Office Depot. And no, they're not paying us to say their name, or Staples or Office Max, or even the grocery store. Even the grocery store. You don't have any of that by you? That's okay. The grocery store does. Oh, but wait a minute. You don't have any of that either. Amazon. Okay. And I know, want to hear about Amazon. Just let them do you a favor and deliver your pad of paper and a pen. I want you to sit down. I want you to start writing. But well, first I would meditate. That would be me. But then also start writing. Just start doing it. You don't need to have anything in place first. Just start doing it. When we say the sacred yes, the best stuff comes out unplanned. The best stuff comes out unplanned. You can't plan for that. You can't plan for the greatness of the spontaneous moment that comes through you when you allow it to be that. So if you're supposed to be writing a book and you can feel it inside of you, and you've given yourself like every reason you haven't started, especially I don't have time. Really? Now what's your reason? Because we've got there's time. There's some time. People have some time right now. Time's one thing people have. So I'm curious what little itty bitty baby step that you could take today to do that one thing that you're supposed to do. And if it's write the book, it's get a pen and a piece of paper. I've eliminated all the reasons you don't have a pen and piece of paper to start with. Actually, I say buy a fresh one. Get a fresh one and do it that way. But anyway, let's go over to the questiones. Mm-mm-mm. Unruly hair. Yes, Suzanne, I have unruly hair. Totally. Contrast. Uh-huh. Thank you. I love it, Heather. Thank you. You're a rock star. Ah, look at Karen. Bob Miller guides my footsteps and I feel his wisdoms. I love that. Mm, 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 mm. Loving all this. So, what's the one thing that you're feeling right now that you are being led to do? And what could you do today to start it was what we were talking about. Mm, mm, mm. Doot, 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 doot. Now I'm going to share something with you. So trygratitude.com is my gig, guys. Try gratitude is my thing. I love teaching people how to practice different ways of being in gratefulness, the state of being. And I'm going to share a little bit about that right now. I am. So gratitude isn't, I'm so thankful for my Porsche, though would, I am very thankful. I would be hugely grateful for a Porsche. in fact, since we're talking about that, you could even make it a Tesla. I don't think I don't know if I want a Tesla so much. I do like the BMW 640i, just if anybody's curious, just thought I'd throw it out there. But anyway, let's get back to that. Gratitude isn't, I'm so thankful for my Porsche. It it's important you understand that gratitude is far too important to be used for just materialistic purposes. This should help you feel better, or perhaps give yourself permission to not feel guilty for having a material possession that may be a little extreme, particularly when there are dying children in the world. It is great for you to have gratitude for everything, but it isn't automatically associated. I got lost. I don't even know why I'm trying to do this right now. I want to tell you guys something. I just went completely against my MO, which is to wing it and never actually read stuff. I don't do it very often. I just completely blundered that. Just totally freaking blundered it. Did you all see that right on live? Just okay. So gratitude is a state of being. Gratefulness is a beingness. We are human beings. When we get into gratitude, I want you to envision this. Well, I'll just share this with you to help you with the envisioning part. And thank you for letting me just like blow chunks right in front of y'all. And that's a beautiful moment. Okay. The gratitude in a state of being. I was driving down the I was driving down the highway there in Huntington Beach. Well, I call it a highway, Beach Boulevard. If you guys have been on that, they may as well make it into a highway because the thing is packed and it's almost 60 miles an hour. So I'm driving down and the sunroof's open. And this was just a few years ago. And I've got this awesome song playing by Christopher Cross, and it's called Stay Late. And I just felt this warm glow come all over me. And it wasn't just the energy of the sun, but the divine energy of source or God or whatever you choose to call something bigger than you come through me. And I pulled over even. And I just let this state of being come through me, this gratefulness. And I just sat with it. It wasn't about anything or anyone. It wasn't a feeling. It was a state of being of such utter thankfulness for everything that I had in that moment completely. Now, does that mean in that moment, because this is really important, you guys, does that mean that everything in my life, like from my human perspective, was where I wanted it to be? No, not at all. Not at all. But when I started experiencing the peace and the joy of just being in the gratefulness of the divine and the thankfulness. And I know that when we've got a lot of stuff coming at us and it's really hard and it's like it's so tough sometimes, right? Because you're just like, I want to be grateful for that asshole that just did that, but I'm not. Okay, because you get into these moments. I know this is real for some of you. You guys, I know you feel this. You're pissed off about something. You're in your perfectly human ego self, as Scott Thomas would say, and you're like, I use this. I wish I could be grateful for it. I wish I could, because my subconscious is hearing the word gratitude regardless of what's coming out right now. It's hearing it. It has this magical way of shifting perspectives without you even knowing. It's sneaky like that. It's like so sneaky like that. It just sneaks right in and expands your allowingness. Your allowing. In fact, it reminds me of the conversation I had with TJ Woodward yesterday. Uh, we were talking about the difference between acceptance and allowingness. And it was really quite beautiful because what he was saying was that when you're accepting something, you're still kind of judging it. You, like, okay, well, I can't change so and so and how they're being back to the, a hole, right? I'll just accept it. I'm going to just accept them where they're at. Well, are we judging where they're at? Or, allowing them to just be human and not have to? who am I to accept anybody where Jiminy Crickets? That's their right to make their choices in their life, you know? That's their thing, and wow, allowing this. I would like people to allow me to be me without thinking that I need to change and be something to something I'm not, to just be me. Katy Perry sings a song, Daisies. I heard it this morning. It was really pretty good. The words in it went to something to the effect of believing in yourself, regardless of what other people think. So the allowingness is if you show up and be that you want others to be for you. So if you want people to just love you like you are, then love them like they are and don't think that they need to be something that they're not, including, well, I'm just going to accept them. Well, if you're just going to accept them, then maybe just don't be chilling with them because it might mean you're also not in alignment. Frequency alignment, it's all this is. It's all it is the alignment of our belief systems which create that frequency. I know that gets a little woo-woo-y, but that's okay. In fact, it leads me into the next thing that I want to bring up really quick here on the screen because I want to talk about this. We're talking about gratitude. We're talking about how that we can use it to say our sacred yes, and how that the gratefulness of the beingness in the allowingness. Oh my God, I love you, Francisco. Trust what we don't trust, and it will trust you. Can we just say that again? Trust what we don't trust, and it will trust you. Oh, man, dude, I love you. And Heather, you are so welcome. Oh, you like that song too? Sailing? Yep, yep, yep. And you're so welcome. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Oh, you have an appointment with Scott today? Rock on. I'm loving that. Okay, so you guys, check this out. Wait, let's see if I can. Hi. You guys see that? This is called the emotional guidance scale. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is a supery dupery thing. Take a look at this. Way down on the bottom here, number 22, we've got fear, grief, depression, powerlessness, and victim. Victim syndrome. Victim syndrome, notice that it lies at the very bottom of the emotional scale. It's all the way down the spiral. So notice as we kind of go up here, we get to insecurity, jealousy, hatred, rage, all these things here. Well, imagine if you're sitting down here at number 22, but you want to get to number 1. Well, it's kind of hard to just do that. It doesn't really work. At least it never has for me. I've had to do a shift. And the shift is usually going to the feeling that I'm actually having, which a good one for me is usually anger. Because if I'm getting pissed about something, at least I'm feeling it and I'm not down here in depression. It's much better than being in depression. At least with anger, you're alive, you're feeling alive. In depression and grief, it's so close to the bottom of the Richter scale that it feels pretty dead. So at least with anger, you know you've got something going on because you're feeling. And at this point, this is where you start to begin to use your tools. You use your tools to keep going up the spiral. What tools do you say? I'm going to show you. You keep using these tools. You keep going up and up and up. Okay. And it happens really quickly. The more you practice going up and up and up. And how do you do it? Well, for me, I look for what is good, not what isn't good. I look for when the very things that I see that I think that are yucky and oh, this sucks. If I say this sucks, oh man, that sucks. Okay, then I absolutely have to turn this around and I have to find what this is a game I play with myself. I literally have to find a reason to love the very thing that I'm thinking that sucks. Okay. I make myself do a shift. I say, okay, and I mean with some pretty big things that you would not normally want to call is yeah, the hard stuff, the real hard stuff. Um, because what I've discovered is everything in this universe is working in my best and highest good. Everything is working for me, not against me. Everything is working for me, not against me. Everything is working for me, not against me. And in fact, that is the way to do the shift when you're sitting there looking at something that you think is not for you. Everything is for you. It's happening. You're seeing it. How can you use it for your best and highest good? How can you do that? Let me look over here. This awesome scale. Oh, I'll send it to you if you want it for sure. I actually Abraham Hicks, she actually put that out. I borrowed that from her. It's a gorgeous. Energetic tools are great. And I'll tell you guys how to use this. I'm going to give you a tool. If you want that scale, let me know. I will text it to you or message it to you, and I'm going to tell you how to use it today. Yeah, say this sucks for a minute. You not be. You're welcome, Heather. I love you. Oh my God, you guys are so cool. So, um, I'm looking for what's good and to go back up my scale. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and um, if I'm judging it, well, I love when I'm judging shit because when I'm judging it, it's something inside of me. Whatever judgment comes up for me in my life, and this is the key to everything for me. I look in the mirror. If I judge a person, if I get upset with a person, if I whatever, must go and look at how this is for me. And what am I saying? Do I need to relinquish my attachment to an outcome here? Do I have an unmet need, or do I have an unmet expectation that I created that has nothing to do with the person because it wasn't even an agreement with them? Maybe I have an unspoken expectation that I just put on somebody's head and then got pissed when they didn't meet it. Sounds like miscommunication to me. And where did it start? With me. With me. Nobody outside of me. Nobody outside of me. Me. I hope that just sunk in really deeply. Removing yourself instantly from the blame, shame, criticism game. You feel me on that? Then how about my favorite tool in the whole widest world, imagination and curiosity. How do we do the shift on the emotional scale? That's what we're talking about. Imagination, curiosity. Curiosity being one of my favorite. This is like, think about it. I'm curious. Why what might be here that I'm not seeing? Curious. Hmm. Hmm. What might this be? And just ask yourself that and see what you come up with. See what you come up with. Mm, 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 mm. I am going to bring up the next part of the tool as soon as I load it. And actually, I'm going to take a quick commercial break while I do load it. We're talking about the emotional scale, how that we're going up it. We're using finding how it's working for us, the tool of curiosity, removing the blame, shame, and criticism because we realize this game's all about us. We did it, we started it, it lies right here within, not outside of us. In fact, that accountability, that 100%, you said yes from the get in something you're experiencing. You said the yes. You said the yes. You said the yes. You all feel that? So we started this whole entire set off with the sacred yes. What are you saying yes to? And now we're looking at it when you feel like that it's not what you want. Okay. And then you feel like somebody else is doing something to you, especially in relationships. You said yes. And now we can get a whole red flag thing going on here and talk about a bunch of stuff that I don't want to get into right now. But remember, we've said yes from the get. So usually we need to look at most of the time what's going on for us inside, not outward, but the actual reflection. And literally look in the freaking mirror. Look in the mirror. Love yourself. Love yourself. And in fact, I'm going to give you some tools to look in the mirror with, and then I'm going to play a short little um, promo for Love Coach Academy because you guys need to know how to get some deeper. I'm giving you some tools, but this is where you get some really great tools. But before I do that, I want you to look at this. As you're looking in the mirror, this is what I want you to also do. Okay, because you're looking in the mirror because you felt judgy and all these other things. But the first thing I want you to realize is that you are, I am that I am. I am that I am, the name of God. I am that I am is in the book of Genesis. Okay, so anything that you put after the great I am is very, very powerful. So this is why we need to focus on I am wonderfully made. I am calm. I am unique. I am blessed. I am fun. I enjoy learning. I am thankful. I am kind. I am awesome. I am honest. I am confident. I am happy with my body. Oh, this is a pickle for me sometimes. I'll tell you what. I am friendly. I am brave. I am wise. I am smart. I am thoughtful. Oh, I am bold. I'm creative. I am me. Whew. I love what Suzanne is saying. If it's not what you want, look for what it's teaching you. Rock on. Bingo. All right. And so while I pull up the other set of tools I want to share with you guys really super duper quick that go right with the emotional scale, I'm going to play this. Yay! I just made that last night. Wasn't that the coolest, you guys? It was kind of cool. So, but seriously, if you have a desire to make a big shift in your communication, if you have a big desire to make a shift in your self love and your personal relationships, we all have relationships. That's the thing. Then I invite you and encourage you to check out lovecoachacademy.com. You can book sessions with me. You can book sessions with anybody that's there, any of our love coaches. And really take that. That's a great step to take. It's one that I took a few years ago, almost 3 years ago, with Scott Katamas, and it's been the best journey. It's been the best journey. Period. I don't even know what else to say. I want to read. Heather says Douglas Blotches talks about. Here, I'm going to bring this up. Douglas Blotch talks about saying a negative word for a minute to see how this feels. This is awesome. If you have this gratitude info that goes into his work, thank you. Oh my God, it's true. So I love that. If you're imagining like the worst case scenario, if your mind goes there, because my mind goes there, you have some argument with somebody, or you're feeling some sort of way. Okay, you're feeling some sort of way about a conversation you just had with somebody, and you know you didn't speak your entire truth, and there's some pieces in you that really kind of need to come out because you really want to talk about that. Um, but then you think, oh my God, but then if I talk about that, they could respond with, or you hear something somebody says and you take it one way when they meant it another way. And so then your mind starts going, and then you start thinking about the conversation that you need to have to make the clarification of what's going on in your own head. So you have this whole scenario going. In fact, if you're anything like me, you use your imagination can go to some really insane like scenarios like, well, what if this happened? Well, what if that happened? So when you get really good with just like the worst case scenario and then take the worst case scenario and think about how to make that work for you, poem, everything else that happens is just gravy. You feel what I'm talking about? But releasing ourselves from the expectation. That's a really key component. It's a Buddha Buddha practice. I got this from Dr. Wayne Dyer. It is really a practice, though. You've got to really practice it. Attaching, unattaching yourself from what you think something needs to look like. What does that outcome need to be? So, because if you're attached to the outcome and anything slightly shifts or changes, then I become disgruntled when that happens. Like, I think it was supposed to happen this way, and it's not happening this way. Well, uh-oh. Is it going to serve me to go and get upset about that it's not happening this way? Or is it going to serve me more to be in the allowance space that we were talking about? Not just, oh, I'll just accept it because it is what it is. No, 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 no. Now we're going to just be allowing of what is, realizing that's what's happening is divinely orchestrated and that I was never in charge to begin with. Wow, that kind of just relinquishes me, and I can sit and watch and observe it unfold into the beauty that it is supposed to be. Y'all feel me on that? I want to check you all out here. Let's say you just got a free pizza. Where's the party, Suzanne? Where's the party? Pizza party at Suzanne's house. Well, okay. Actually, Facebook has rooms now, so Suzanne will be pizza party in Suzanne's room. That's pretty funny. We go to your room. Okay. Go to Facebook rooms. Like you can open it up and like anybody can come in your room and chill with you. Did you guys know that? It's real super simple, easy peasy. So after the initial shock of seeing myself in the mirror and the outburst, holy mother of God, take a deep breath and start those I ams. Uh-huh. A briefcase of smart ass. This AM. I'm over it. Uh-huh. I feel you. Cindy, oh my God, right? So you're standing in the mirror and you're gonna say these I am statements and you're like, but I don't believe any of that. Yeah, I know. I know you don't. That's why you're having to do it in the first place. That's why we have to. In fact, this is a really great reminder for me that I need to go look in my mirror and I need to remind myself of my greatness, of my fabulousness. Okay. And actually being on when you're staring at yourself in a screen is almost kind of like mirror on the wall kind of thing. I keep getting messages that pop through and so I get distracted. Squirrel. Releasing oneself from expectations. That's power right there. That's a power tool. Power tool. Power tool. Releasing oneself from expectations. Pow, 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 pow. Power tool. Heather, if I'm thinking positively, what would I be thinking? Got to give the positive world some love too. I love you. I love that. Woo, you guys are on fire. You guys are on fire today. Pow, I'm loving this. Yes. I am like so grateful for just being here today with everyone and just feeling the collective energy, the uplift of energy. So I was actually looking for a tool to show you, and I just wasn't able to find it. It's a super important tool. It's one of my favorite. And in fact, while you guys, who has a question for me or a comment or or anything else, or even once we have about 20 minutes left or so. If you want to come on with me, you're more than welcome to come on with me. Just put it into the comment section and I will bring you on. Linda, 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 Linda. I haven't seen you in like forever. Catching me again. Pow. I know I haven't been on quite as much as I normally am, but that's okay. We've got lots of great, wonderful things happening behind the scenes at Love Coach Academy that you guys are just, oh, it's too cool. So I'll tell you what, while you guys are leaving your comments, anybody want to see a really cool, I know that face masks are a thing, especially if you're in a bigger city. So my buddy Keith St. John, he has rock and roll face masks. Do y'all want to see those? Because I'm going to show you the promo. And here's the cool part about it. The Plow Zone radio show has merged with Spirituality Gone Wild. Last week we had Foghat, Montrose, and Keith from Montrose, Burning Rain, and also the person with the cute little face masks. They're absolutely, if they're so freaking cute, like seriously, because they're rocker. And so I can play that, and you guys can take a look-see at that. And also tonight, the Plow Zone will be on again, Plow Zone Gone Wild, and we're going to have a really cool guest on. I'm going to have to look now and see. His name is Mark McGee, and he is going to be getting the 10 questions from the Plow Zone Gone Wild tonight. And he was with the Greg Allman, Vicious Rumors, Mickey Thomas, Stu Hammond, Love Planet, and lots more. So Greg Allman, the Greg Allman Band, that's actually pretty rad. Dude, I am excited. So more awesome rock and roll is going to be played tonight. That is going to be something, something, something. So I love my monkey. Did you guys see where I started it off with my monkey? I happen to love the monkey. All right, where is it at? Here we go.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? The Plow Zone is here with my co-host, Scott M. Reese.
How's it going out there?
Keith St. John. Doing a Zoom thing right now, man. He's got a bunch of things going on. He's always busy. The man is always busy, but he's got some things going on he wants to share with us, man. So let's start with the masks, man. So, hey, you started these masks for the coronavirus, correct?
That's right. Well, yeah, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Me and my partner, Sherry Lou, we were already we were starting a clothing line for rock and roll clothes, and we actually started some custom work for all kinds of people, Brad Gillis and just all kinds of guys that I know that needed clothes. And so we had sewing machines around, we had material, we had stuff going on, and then this Corona thing hit, and we started thinking about ordering our own face masks, and we said, well, why don't we just make some? We got all this stuff. Let's make some. And they look kind of cool. And we showed some of our friends, and they're like, man, you guys should just make a bunch of them and see what happens. So we did. We put up a quick little company on the web. And it's really easy. Just start a little thing on the social media and put up a website. We started rock and roll face masks. We got all these patterns. Actually, you know what? This is kind of what they look like. So they have these like elastic straps on the side here. I got the one that I was wearing, right? They're adjustable. You tie them. It's got a inner organic cotton lining for people who like organic cotton only on their face. The outer is 100% cotton as well. This pouch slips a little filter inside of it. You can order those rectangular kind of sort of clothy, papery filters. You get about 200 for about $10, and you stick them in here. And every time, then you're 100% protected.
So if someone wants to get a hold of you and buy a mask, where do they go?
They can go to one of three places. They can go to keithstjohn.com. They can go to rockandrollfacemasks.com. Go to rockandroll, AND, facemasks.com. or look up any of the above on Facebook, and they can find these. And there's a video that's a 1-minute video that'll show you everything about them really fast, and a really nice, easy ordering page, easy to order off of, easy communication. There's a ton of patterns, and you can find them online.
Right here, man. Miles on Radio Show Mask, man.
Okay, so I'm like, I am totally a freaking 80s rocker chick. Can you tell? I love that. Heather, yeah, right? So a few of my friends have bought them and they did say they're really cool. I haven't got them yet, but I'm going to actually. I need to hit Keith up. I love them. They're the cutest darn things, right? Completely. So while that was playing, guess what I found? I found the last bit of the tools that I want to share with you all. So I'm going to bring it up one more time. Today we've been talking about how to maneuver this emotional scale. Again, anybody wants this, all you got to do is hit me up, message me. I will get this over to you. It is also something that I do. This is one of my practices in the gratitude alchemy experiment that I do. Okay. 21 days of practicing gratitude and emotional intelligence so that you can be gratitude intelligent rock stars. So how do we go from fear and grief, and how do we maneuver this right here, this puppy? Because we want to be up here. We want to be in joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, and appreciation. That's where we want to be. And I'm going to give you another tool right now that is a handy dandy one that I so love. The 7 adjustments. Now, this is Love Coach Academy style tools here. And notice on the left side, the reptilian side of the brain, and this is also the down the spiral side: resistance, make wrong, judgment, guilt, blame, shame, criticism, all of that. And when we flip it over, we go into the willingness to be curious, compassionate, using acceptance. And now I want to slip the word allowance in there, allowing, understanding, reassurance, and appreciation. Appreciation. So when used in conjunction with the emotional scale, that they're both work together, because you see, you get to use the other one to shift. So you can say, well, I'm feeling this way. And how do you do that? You take an entire day and you set your alarm clock. And I'm going to tell you right now how to do this. I'm going to give you this exercise. You take these tools, you set your alarm clock for every 2 hours, and every 2 hours you write down where that you are, even though I forgot a very important part of this, but I'll go back to that in a minute. But you write down where you're at. And you do this every 2 hours. This is a mindfulness practice. It's one thing to be in the awareness of, but to step into mindfulness is to take an action here. Okay, so this is really getting into observing your thought pattern to change the neuro linguistic programming that's going on in your head, as known as NLP. But right now, we're just going to start with the simplicity, the simple, easy peasy way for you guys to shift. So we go with the emotional scale, we look and see where we're at, and then we use Love Coach Academy's shifting tools. And we actually have 2. There's the 7 adjustments and the 12 adjustments. It's been expanded. So we really get into that. And then there's some questions you ask yourself as well. And I will bring that up. So this is my heart print guide. I brought up the wrong thing, I just realized, but that's okay. But I want you to notice on here that the words that we are focusing on here are love, gratitude, willingness, curiosity, happy, love, reassurance, understanding, transparency, celebration, self-love, acceptance, vulnerable heart, and compassion. This is a heart print guide. And the reason I call this a heart print guide, wake up, oopsie daisy, is because that I make the mindful intention to leave a heart print on the planet today. It is my desire to leave heart prints on you, to leave heart prints. That's what I want. So my tomorrow is not guaranteed. And I want today to be the day I live a heartprint for somebody else. And I use that guide because if I use that guide in dealing with other people, and I've not mastered this, so I don't want anybody to think that, okay? Because I'm completely 100% human. I really, really just I am making the mindful intention to do this. Now, going back to the emotional scale, again, that in conjunction with the adjustments, those two to maneuver ourselves up the scale. When we make a mindful intention to do a practice and set our alarm clock every 2 hours, we're really beginning to see what our mind is thinking. Now, this means it's going to take a day. This is a day of ultra compassion, self compassion, of choosing to not beat yourself up, okay, at all, at all, but really just observing where you're at without placing judgment on it. When you're writing it down, if you're doing this exercise, do not place judgment on yourself. Oh shit, I shouldn't be thinking that. Oh, no, 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 stop, stop, breathe. Simply write down where you're at and observe it. If you're in anger, be grateful for the anger because you're up the scale. You're moving on. You're moving on up. You're moving on up. You're moving on up. Okay. I want to see what's going on over here with my darlings. Susan, you're an 80s rocker too, totally. Ah. And by the way, we're not making anything off of that I am sharing. I am simply doing that because Keith is a good friend of mine, and he and Sherry Lou are doing such a great job with that, and I love that. Okay, for sure. Heather, I can send them to you. You betcha, you betcha. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Cindy, we, we physically, where are we physically or emotionally? I love that you're asking that. So where are you? Actually do both. Write down whatever in that moment. Where are you emotionally? Where are you on the scale, on the vibrational scale that you're looking to get yourself back up? If you're, or even let's say you're up, that's great. Make note of what's going on right then in that at that 2 hour mark. What's going on? And you're up the scale. I'm enjoy everything is a rock star world for me. Great. Write it down. Write it down. Those are great reflection moments when you get down the spiral and you need to remember something great in your life to bring you right back on up. Right back on up. You don't have to stay there. That's the thing. We get so stuck on our story. We get so stuck in our story. It's like a broken freaking record. Pick the needle up. That's what we're doing here. You're going to pick up the needle and you're going to shift the story and start living that life that you darn well deserve to be living because you are worth it and you matter. You're worth it and you matter. And right now is an opportunity to seize that moment for you. And that moment's available. Is it one time? Is it a limited time? It's all the time. It's all the time. I already answered the question. Well, I just did it again. Cindy, apparently I needed to do it twice. Did you guys see that, right? Karen Palmer, I love you, Karen. And Heather says, thank you so much for your words. I have plasma light therapy today after I talked to Scott. Power me up so much. Rock on, Heather. You boom. Love that. Woo, woo. Yes, power up, power up. We are like that. So, how can we power up our energy centers quickly, easily, and efficiently? We're go into the sun. Hopefully, it's available for you, but I swear to you, this works. You just plant your bare feet, and if you've got your shoes on, take them off. Bare feet. Put them in the grass, the dirt, the sand, anything that is touching the earth. Okay? Just look up and breathe. Breathe it in. Do you guys remember those moments when you would just stop for a minute and you're on a walk and you just soak it in for a second and you allow your body to permeate with that resonance of just pure, glorious, yummy sunshine? Recharge, 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 baby. I think this is a great exercise in continuity. I'm loving this, but I'm cooking, so can't comment. I love you, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, the exercise is a really good one. It is a really, really good one. In fact, it's something that I need to, even as I'm talking about it today, it makes me think that, oh, I haven't done that in a while myself. I need to do that. Which is why I love the 21-day try gratitude experiment, because with that, I get to do that with you guys. And so it's constantly keeping me in practice. It's a practice. Everything's a practice. Um, it's not in fact, everything's a practice. And I don't think I'm ever going to perfect any of this. Honestly, I think I'm going to learn and grow every single day. I'm still in Love Coach Academy. I'm still a student. I'm still Taya Boot Camp with David Strickle, which, by the way, I'm hosting David Strickle today at 4 p.m. The stream of David. So we will be doing a channeling session later today. Yes, I am woo woo to the wow wow. You know it. So it is spirituality gone wild after all. For those of you on Love Coach Academy and you're not into that kind of thing, no worries. I love you. That's why we're spirituality gone wild. Had to play practice, not perfection. Boom. Practice, not perfection. Yes, guys. Practice, not perfection. Practice, not perfection. So if anybody missed Saturday night's SNL, please take a watch. SNL is Saturday Night Live with the Global Peace Tribe. And that was on, you can catch the replays on several places all over Facebook, YouTube. Saturday night for the Global Peace Tribe. My personal favorite, Greg Braden, was on. I love him. If you guys are into the science of the quantum world and into the science of explaining what's called epigenetics and our thoughts and our heart and mind coherence, definitely. In fact, I believe that heart coherence was the actual subject, which is the Heart Math Institute has a lot of brilliant programs about the heart mind coherence. Wait, I said it wrong. The heart math. Anyway, I've been talking for an hour. I think I'm done now, but I love you guys so very much. I've had a really glorious time hanging out with you. Thank you, everybody, for your beautiful comments and interactions. If you want to work with me privately, then you are more than welcome to hit me up on lovecoachacademy.com and you can book a 15-minute discovery session with me to see if we jive. And if anybody wants to try the Try Gratitude 21-day journey with me, you can go to trygratitude.com or you can just simply message me and we'll get you started. I am so glad that your spiritual mentor is my spiritual mentor. So rock star Heather. I love that you're talking to, at least I'm guessing that you're referring to Scott Katamas. If you're referring to Scott Katamas, that is the founder of Love Coach Academy and our rock star of all of SNL that we just talked about and everything else. Oh, I forgot to mention the Saturday Night Live for this coming Saturday has Marianne Williamson. So if anybody is a fan of Marianne Williamson or would like to hear sacred activations, I believe, is the subject. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Scott has great musicians and things like that that are on. Later on today at 6 o'clock, we will have the Plow Zone Gone Wild on Spirituality Gone Wild, where we will have um, uh, God, you guys, I love that I blow chunks sometimes. Mark McGee from the Greg Allman Band. All right, totally rad stuff, man. You guys, I love you. Go have a day full of positive momentum and rockstar gratitude moments. Make the intention to go forward with unconditional love to the best of your ability. And remember, Ask yourself, who may I be of service to today? Who may I be of service to? I love y'all. Peace, man.